Okay, hi guys. So in the previous video, we learned about the respiratory structure, which is the surface where the gaseous exchange occurs. For example, the respiratory structure for the human is alveolus. And how, how is alveolus adapted to optimize the gaseous exchange? For example, alveolus has large total surface to volume total surface area over volume ratio. For what? For the rate of diffusion of gases. For the rate of diffusion of gases to be very high. So it means that the diffusion of the gases can occur efficiently. Yeah. So the alveolus also thin wall, one cell thick. For what? Short distance to diffuse across. And moist surface. For what? For gases to dissolve and diffuses across easily. And awareness also has a network of blood capillaries, right? You have seen in the previous video. So for what? For transportation of gases to the whole body cells efficiently. Yes. So today we need to learn about how insect breathe. Or we need to learn about the adaptation for the insect. For example, the system, the respiratory system for the insects is trachea system. How about the respiratory organ, trachea? How about the surface where the gaseous exchange occurs? How about the surface where the gaseous exchange occurs? Tracheal. You see, this is the insect, grasshopper. I want you to visualize first. I want you to visualize first. This is the grasshopper, right? So this is the spiracle. Spiracle is the respiratory aperture. Aperture is like today. For the human, the respiratory aperture is the nostril. Is the nostril. Is the nostril. So it means that I breathe in the oxygen through my nostril. Yeah? So for the insect, the respiratory aperture is the spiracle. So it means that through the spiracle, oxygen go in and carbon dioxide go out through the spiracle. Yeah? And then oxygen go in, and this is called the trachea. And then trachea branches into tracheal, tracheal. And then you can see this is the tracheal. This is the tracheal. This is also the tracheal. And tracheal is attached to the body cells. You can see tracheal is attached to the body cells. So the tracheal is the respiratory surface. So this is the surface where gaseous exchange occurs. So possibly like this is the cell. So from the tracheal, oxygen in, CO2 out. You can get me? So how the respiratory structure, how the tracheal need to be adapted to optimize what? To optimize the gaseous exchange. First, large total surface over V ratio. You can see how insect applies it. Many tracheals to spread throughout the body. You have many tracheals. You have many tracheals so that if you have many tracheals, your TSA, total surface area, is very high. So that when you TSA divided by the volume, you get a large ratio. So when you get a large ratio, it means what? Rate of diffusion. Rate of diffusion is high. So it means that the oxygen diffuse in very quick, CO2 diffuse out very quick, efficient. Efficient. Yes. So the second adaptation is thin wall. Of course, thin wall. Tracheal wall is one cell thick. Yeah. The tracheal wall is one cell thick. For what? Yeah. For what? For the short distance, for fast diffusion. This is the reason. This is the purpose. Yes. And also the moist surface. Moist surface for what? You can see how insect applies it. Inner wall of the tracheal is moist. Now, this is moist. Moist. For what? For for the gases to dissolve and diffuses across easily. And we see the last adaptation, blood